With a rise in coronavirus cases, Tulsa Public Schools is delaying when some students will return, when those students will be back in a classroom again.
Staying away from family over the holidays, the new guidance about gathering with your loved ones.
Bars and restaurants are no longer allowing customers after 11 p.m. in Oklahoma. What the new rules mean for businesses that have been struggling.
Covering news that matters. Fox 23 News This Morning starts right now.
Good morning on this Friday. I'm Michelle Lynn.
And I'm Ron Terrell. The time is 4:30. While you may be counting down until Thanksgiving, health leaders are counting up more and more coronavirus cases.
Tulsa Public Schools are changing plans about returning kids to classrooms as city and state leaders are urging caution. We're hearing from them in just a moment.
First, what a way to end the week. Meteorologist Michael Sager is in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center tracking a great Friday ahead of some rain.
Yeah, we've got a good one.
Some Tulsa Public School students will return to in-person learning later than originally planned. 4th, 5th, and 6th graders in elementary schools will now return to class January 4th. Fox 23's Amanda Gilbert's live with what prompted this change.
Michelle, originally these students were supposed to return to school on November 30th, right after Thanksgiving break, for the next 30 minutes. Reporting live, covering news that matters, I'm Amanda Gilbert, Fox 23 News.
A week of record-breaking coronavirus numbers, from active cases to daily deaths. Leaders across the country and the state are addressing the spikes. Fox 23's Amanda Harry is live explaining some of the different messaging we heard Thursday about the upcoming holidays.
Mayor Bynum said that he's live covering news that matters. Amanda Harry, Fox 23 News.
Here are the numbers from the State Department of Health. There were more than 2,900 new cases reported Thursday in Oklahoma. 18 new deaths, an all-time high for active cases, which have now surpassed 30,000 statewide. And hospitalizations remain high at 1,428. 421 people are in the ICU.
It's something we've seen a number of times in the last few months. Local first responders escorting the body of one of their own.
We told you about the death of 911 dispatcher Joey Phillips Tuesday due to complications of coronavirus.
Fox 23's Sarah Whaley explains how his colleagues are remembering him. You may remember Tulsa officer Jared Lindsay died late last month, also from complications from coronavirus.
There will be no jury trials at the Tulsa County Courthouse until January 12th at the earliest. That decision was announced Thursday after Fox 23 reported on this picture shared on social media showing a crowded courthouse hall. The courthouse is also suspending preliminary hearings involving testimony and pushing some misdemeanor cases back to April. Officials say cases involving violent crimes and DUI will move forward as scheduled.
Happening today, the Tulsa City County Library is returning to curbside service only. We told you the library reopened select locations for in-person use back in June. They're closing their doors now after discussions with the Tulsa Health Department. In a statement, the library said this decision's been made out of an abundance of caution and to ensure the health and safety of our customers and staff, while also doing our part to reduce community spread.
Count on Fox 23 to bring you the latest coronavirus updates here on air, online, and on the free Fox 23 News app.
4:37, a woman is expected to be okay. She was shot during what Tulsa police say was an ambush near 51st and Yale. They say the woman was walking home with friends last night when they were attacked by several people who fired at least 4 shots. Police say one of her friends returned fire. They think that friend may have been the intended target. The woman is recovering. She was shot in the arm. Investigators have yet to identify the suspects.
Police say a suspected thief tried but failed to rob an East Tulsa pharmacy. Here's the video from Monday night near 11th and Garnett. The suspect ran into a bit of a problem. He walked up to the pharmacy door, knocking before trying to force his way in, but he was pushed right back out, and the door slammed on him as he stumbled away.
We have seen things like that happen before, but when we do see them, you know, as a police officer, we kind of be, you know, we're like, attaboy, way to go, you know, way to, you know, all they have to do, it's a heavy door, and it kept them safe. It is situational, and they had that opportunity, and we love to see criminals fail.
If you know this guy, please call Crime Stoppers, 918-596-COPS. you can remain anonymous.
Scary, he had a gun. The Department of Justice filed a civil complaint against the Oklahoma Animal Park that used to be owned by the Tiger King. The DOJ accuses the current owners, Jeff and Lauren Lowe, you know if you watched the show, the Greater Wynnewood Exotic Animal Park and Tiger King LLC of violating the Endangered Species Act and Animal Welfare Act. Following inspections in June and July, investigators say it was clear the animal park failed to provide basic veterinary care, appropriate food, and safe living conditions. Sad to see. You don't want to think about the animals suffering.
No, but the drama goes on with all of the individuals involved in that show.
Yeah, and putting Oklahoma in the spotlight, not in a good way.
Yeah.
Temperatures are mild this morning, and it seems a little less windy. I need that wind to die down. Unfortunately, the weekend forecast isn't looking great, but it's all about location. Meteorologist Michael Sager is in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center.
Yeah, look, might have another chance by late Monday and into Tuesday of next week with an active weather pattern. We'll break down what our temperatures look like going into next week in about 10 minutes.
Right now, 4:41 is the time a man is killed in an explosion in Owasso. What we've learned about the victim. It may be mild this morning, but in some ways it's beginning to feel a little more like Christmas, where you can now put on your ice skates and enjoy the holiday lights. Bars and some restaurants already faced COVID closures in the spring. How they've prepared for more changes to their business hours.
4:44, no 2 a.m. last call this morning. Bars and restaurants across the state dealt with the first set of new coronavirus restrictions in months. They were required to close their doors at 11 last night. Fox 23's Naomi Kidd is live near 2nd and Elgin with the impact to business owners in Tulsa.
Michelle, we told you Monday when Governor Kevin Stitt announced these new regulations for bars and restaurants across the state. I'll have that part of the story for you in an hour. Reporting live, covering news that matters, I'm Naomi Kitt, Fox 23 News.
You know what it's like to not have nothing.
Local up-and-coming rapper Gang Tai Jun says he's financially able to help others this holiday season. He and his group spent Thursday giving out food to the homeless in downtown Tulsa. We first introduced you to him last month when he started gaining popularity nationwide with 13 major label offers. He and his friends say they're not strangers to this. Growing up on the north side, they say they understand what these people are going through.
It made my year. You know, I done had a lot of big things happen this year, and this probably the best thing, the best feeling I done had, you know, just giving back.
Gang Tai Jun says now that he has notoriety and influence, he wants to be a good example. He and his group are going to do another food giveaway around Christmas. We will let you know when that's set to happen. So good to see.
Happening today, some students in Broken Arrow will be able to get free flu shots. We have a list of who qualifies on your screen. Registered nurses with the Oklahoma Caring Van will give the shots. Also on your screen, the schools offering the vaccines today. They start around 8:45 this morning and end at 4:30 this afternoon. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in the Rose District. We told you about this yesterday on Fox 23 News this morning. Thursday, they turned on the lights and opened the ice rink for the It's a Wonderful Life in Broken Arrow holiday kickoff. People enjoyed food, live music, and the chance to get their picture taken with Santa, socially distanced. You can see the ice rink's hours and prices by visiting baicerink.com.
Good looking Santa.
Yeah, and
I mean, you know what I mean.
yeah. Well, the
I'm
ice
a happily
skating.
married woman. I'm not hitting on Santa.
Yes, this is correct. The ice skating, a lot of fun out there, and also going to be seeing that
The
downtown.
ice skating, a lot of fun. Would you lace up your skates and do it? How long has it been since?
I grew up in Michigan, and I never ice skated.
Really?
Yeah, I skied.
How did I not know that?
Yeah.
I never
I
knew
love
that.
hockey, never played it.
Yeah,
I played floor hockey.
It's fun to watch or something. Meteorologist Michael Sagers in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center. Unfortunately, the weekend weather not great as Winterfest kicks off in downtown Tulsa, or if you want to go to Broken Arrow, the weather,
Yeah, the good thing, though, with Broken Arrow, we'll break down what we've got as you're heading out for that morning drive in about 10 minutes.
The time now 4:50.
Think about everything that we've been through this year as a city. Everything you and your family have been through. And yet here we are.
We're hearing from Tulsa's mayor after a tough year. What he says the city has accomplished in the middle of a global pandemic. A special message for the President of the United States, the Magic, a letter carrier in Owasso created to make sure one little boy got a response. A deadly house explosion in Owasso. We're finding out what investigators think may have led up to it.
All of a sudden, boom.
We now know 3 Owasso firefighters were injured in a deadly home explosion. At least 2 of them were sent to the hospital. Fox 23's Scott Martin is live outside the home with an update on their conditions.
Yeah, Ron, we can tell you that the firefighter that was closest to that blast, he has been released from the hospital. Explosion was felt by neighbors here in this neighborhood. Hear reaction from them in the next hour. We're live in Owasso this morning, covering news that matters. I'm Scott Martin, Fox 23 News.
4:56, the time. The Tulsa Public School District has changed when some students will return to the classroom, when these students will now be back at school. We're hearing recommendations from local and state leaders about how to stay safe with family for the holidays, what they say are the best ways to celebrate during a pandemic.